Mining is widely considered as the best money-making method in the entire game, due to gemstones having a ridiculously high NPC sell price. It is almost a requirement for players to do if they even want to be considered endgame. But what if I told you that I found a money-making method that was far easier, generated the same if not more coins, and had a very low barrier of entry that was hiding right under our noses? Well, consider today your lucky day, because I found a method that does exactly that. Each of these diamond blocks you see right here represent one person who subscribed because of my last video. And if you see how big this block is, that's a crazy amount of people who subscribed. 1,214 to be exact at the time of recording this video. So if you want to ruin my island even more, then consider subscribing, because I'm going to be placing another block for every single person who subscribes in this video. If this goes too long, I might end up ruining my island. Well, you're probably wondering what this crazy money-making method is. Well, I'll just tell you. It's literally just killing magma cubes. I'm being completely honest. This simple act that almost everyone did when they entered the Crimson Owl is actually insanely profitable. I know you mainly just care about how much money it makes, so let's just get straight into that first before I even explain what to do. Okay, so I finished doing the method for 1 hour, and here's the loot that I got. So in these two chests, you'll be able to see all the loot that I collected. So here we see we got a bunch of rampart gear. This is quite useless unless you're like really new early game. So most likely we'll just end up selling this all to the NPC because you can't put it on AH. Then we got a bunch of magma chunks, and we're going to use these to craft a bunch of items and sell those and probably make a huge profit. Then we got a little bit of sulfur because there were some corrupted mobs, and a little bit of corrupted fragments, which I guess you could use for whatever you want. We also got a few nether stars from vanquishers, which is useful and can actually end up being a decent amount of money if you use them correctly. Then we got 4 magma cube pets here, which I don't think aren't worth that much, but it's nice to have a little bit of extra cash. And then we have a bunch of combat EXP boosts right over here. So now I also forgot to mention that in my purse right here, you can see 287,000 coins, which is all from scavenger. But now we can try and actually sell all of this and make the most money from it. Okay, so now for how this actually makes money. The main way this makes money is by using all of these magma chunks and crafting a certain item known as the magma necklace, which is 20 magma chunks and 12 enchanting magma cream. So all we're going to do is craft a bunch of these and then sell it. But that's not it. You're going to have to know a few things when you're selling these. So first, we need to get those magma creams. All the coins I used to buy this were from selling the drops that I already got or from scavenger. So I literally started with 0 coins and I was able to buy all the magma cream I needed. So you can start with 0 coins and do this. You don't need any preface or amount of coins. So now we have all of this, and all we have to do is craft these into magma necklaces. Okay, so now you should be able to see all of these that I crafted, all these magma necklaces. And if you go ahead to the auction house, you'll see that they sell around 360-ish to 400k, but you can sell these for a lot more. So if you notice, on all of these, they have these attributes. And one thing people don't know, or at least some people don't know, is that these attributes actually matter. So some attributes are worth a lot more than others. And here are some combos that you should probably keep a note of. Mana pool and any other one. Life regeneration and any other one. Mana pool and breeze. And life regeneration and mana pool. If you get any of those, make sure to go and check what the lowest bin of another magma necklace with the exact same attributes and put it under bin that, because sometimes you can make way more if you just price your items correctly. Since I have SBE and NEU, it's pretty easy to check. So if you have SBE, you can put in this search bar lower colon and then whatever you want to look for. So let's say mana pool. So all of these right here are mana pool, so they can sell for a little bit more. And then if we use this second search bar down here, we can put breeze and double highlight that. And these are all the ones with breeze. So you can see that we got one mana pool breeze, which is worth a decent bit. And we can look at life regeneration. It seems that we didn't get any double mana pool life regenerations, but we did get some solo ones. So we're gonna want to sort these all out. And these are the main ones that we're gonna wanna focus on. All the other ones will basically go for the lowest bin price. And I'm going to sort these out. So I've sorted all of these out, and here are all the normal ones, or the ones that basically just go for the lowest price. Then here is the most expensive, which is the breeze and mana pool. Then this second one with the just mana pool is probably the second most expensive. And then the last one is just life regeneration, which is somewhat expensive. It depends. Sometimes it's more, sometimes just a normal lowest bin price. It depends. But I'm going to go and get ready to start selling all of these and see how much money I make from all of it. So now I've sold most, if not all of the items, and we can finally see our profits. Keep in mind, I didn't sell everything. I missed the corrupted fragments and these magma cube pets and these combat XP boosts and matchsticks, but ultimately this would only add up to maybe a mil or maybe a little bit more of extra profit. So I don't really feel like going through the effort of selling it, but the main chunk of the profits have been sold. So anything in my purse is profit, because I had to claim some stuff because I had so many things to sell. I couldn't just put it all at once and then claim it at the end, but the majority of the profits are still in the age. So let's go take a look. If you hover over this, you can see that we made around 30 million coins from selling everything. Most of these are magma necklaces, as I said before, and basically all of them sold. And then we have a few of these vanquished glowstone gauntlets. You're probably wondering how I got those, and it's pretty simple. Vanquished glowstone gauntlets are basically crafted with just a normal glowstone gauntlet and then these enchanted glowstones and 3 nether stars. So all I did was buy myself a glowstone gauntlet from the AH, then buy these, and then use all my nether stars to craft it. And then I sold it, and I would get a little bit of profit because obviously I'm getting some profit for these nether stars that I contributed. And since I had 15, I was able to craft 5. One of them I sold through a trade, which is why there's only 4 on the AH right now. But if you see, I sold them for a pretty hefty price. Some of them went under, like this one went for 1 mil because I was trying to get this to sell fast, but other ones sold for like 3.5, even one here for 5 mil. So that's pretty good. So now if you claim all of this, you can see that we made around 32 million coins, and that's kind of broken for a super easy strategy to pull off. Now that you know how the method works, I'm going to give a few tips on doing this the most efficient that you can. So the first thing is pretty simple. All you want to do is you're going to have to get 2 commands ready. So do /warp hub, which will bring you to the hub. And then the second command will obviously be /warp crimson, which will bring you to the Crimson Owl. So the reason you want to do that is because the way that I grind them, at least, is by warping straight to the Crimson and then using my Hyperion with my 3/4 Storm with Wither Goggles and just killing a bunch of these. I do both sides and just get a decent amount killed. And then right after I'm done, I warp back into the hub and back into the Crimson Isle. And I just repeat this over and over again. This lets you get way more spawns a lot faster because there are just so many more magma cubes. And it takes a decent amount of time to actually wait for them to spawn. So I decided to do this instead, so I make a little bit more money than if I just waited in one lobby. While warping hubs and stuff is good for actually getting more like mobs to kill, it also regenerates your mana, which is really nice if you don't have too much. And one thing you should remember is that it can sometimes bug out and not give you your mana back. So if you see right there, when I warped hub, it didn't give me my mana back for some reason. So it's good to wait a little bit, because if you teleport too fast after you get there, your mana won't regen. So like if I warp hub right now and then warp crimson and I'm spamming, sometimes it won't regen. So you should wait and make sure that your mana regens. But even if it only regens partially, just be a little bit more conservative with your Hyperion clicks. Ultimately, you should be fine. And it looks like I just got a Vanquisher. And make sure to kill the Vanquishers because those nether stars actually sell for something. So I think you just spam it like this until it gets low. And then, yeah, you just get 3 nether stars, which is like, I think maybe like a mil from a single Vanquisher. So it's kind of nice. And you get a decent bit of them by just killing all of these. So it's actually kind of decent money. Now onto more of the gear stuff. The gear you really want is quite simple. Just anything that can one-shot a bunch of magma cubes really fast. And they all have like a 1.5 mil health. So it shouldn't be too difficult. I just use my Storm with Hyperion because it just lets me kill a lot of them really fast because I have AoE with the Hype. But really any way that you can kill them relatively quickly in a pretty short amount of time is probably going to be good. But the setup I use exactly would be this, as I said, and all my talismans, I have it on sighted, so I get a little bit extra mana. I could also tune to get a little bit extra mana, but I completely forgot about that. And I also run a golden dragon pet, which I doubt you really need. It obviously does help by increasing my damage by quite a bit, but I don't think it's that important to me being able to one-shot them. But otherwise, there's not much else you actually need for this money-making method. One thing you should note is that your weapon must have some sort of looting on it, or should have, because looting is the only thing that actually influences the drops of magma chunks. Nothing else influences it. So like luck and magic find have no influence. So you don't have to care about those at all, but make sure you get at least looting 4. Looting 5 increases it, the drop chance by I think like 4% compared to looting 4. And it's like 200 mils, so I don't really think it's worth it. But if you have a looting 5 weapon, I guess that'll be a help. But just make sure you get looting 4, which is quite cheap, because it will increase your drop chances by quite a bit. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully this method still works. I don't know, it might kill itself, but just trying to preface that there are a lot of money-making methods that you can do in the Crimson Isles that people just sleep on, basically. So if you just pay attention and look for a little bit, you could definitely find some huge ways to get money. So happy money hunting or money farming or whatever you want to call it, and I'll see you later. Bye.